And then he's like, no, I want this effing thing out of here. And I go, go F yourself. Like he hit the gas a little bit, and then I was like, with my boss on the phone, I just slammed the pedal down.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Make Trades Great Again podcast. We are back. We have Chad with us. Longtime listeners of the show would know Chad Killinger of lawn sprinkler fame.
Oh, just had
fire sprinkler. Chad is a fire sprinkler fitter. What's your local in Minneapolis, Chad?
417.
417.
Yep.
Okay.
Minneapolis.
Andy, aren't you 416 or something like that?
459.
45. See, I get yours wrong every time. I knew it was 400s.
Something.
Okay. You guys take over. I'm not going to even try to say
we're just talking on we weren't pre-recording. I was saying that a lot of the fans here will send me their Nespresso snapshots of
the fans of the MTGA pod are also Nespresso users like Andy and I are.
It's sick. Yeah, and
superior coffee.
It just gets under my skin. I mean, if you really want to get under my skin, that's just it's just so ridiculous. This machine that's just a coffee maker, right? It's just
the nectar of the gods.
Well,
it is. It makes good coffee, though, Chad. It does make good coffee. It does. It absolutely does.
Okay,
it's probably the quickest good cup of coffee.
I'll
just say that
for all the automated systems out there, like this, K cups and gross. It's so bad.
It's too hoity
by comparison.
Too highfalutin BS for me. Well, anyways, it just
I'm not gonna tell you tried it, man.
Anything nice, Chad's got to be like, I don't like it.
I did have an espresso from you. It was good. It was good. By the way, my kid loves the blue mug. He drinks out of that thing as much as he can. Yeah,
I got more
ones. Yeah, he loves that one. But anyways,
okay. So you don't like the Nespresso. You're getting messages from MTGA listeners. They're sending you pictures of their Nespresso.
Nothing said. Just to pick a Nespresso logo on some machine, and I'm like roll my eyes like damn. So this Christmas, I had the anti-Nespresso Christmas and loved every minute of it. So my family got me everything that was Chemex style. So I got the carafe deal. I got the little sweater that goes on the carafe to keep the coffee warm. I got the lid that goes on it, and then the teapot thing, and the grind. I got the grinder that does the exact type of grind.
Yeah, you got grinder, that's for sure.
So I was telling, like Andy was saying, you got to you put the grounds in that paper cone deal, and you let the grounds blossom.
Yep.
You actually make coffee yourself. You earn it.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. It's not an espresso that's going through some automated super chem made, manufactured, BS, just so you could do the Star Trek push a button, say coffee, no, we're doing it the way it was meant to be,
Okay. All of a sudden,
the way the beans were grown to be.
Chemex world, people. This is
your family's like, what do we get Dad for Christmas? And they're like, I don't know, get him this. And now he's like he's this Zen purist is like, this is how we make coffee. This is the way the coffee gods meant it to be from the very beginning.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody in the Chilean hills was like, you know what? This won't be right until somebody has a digital scale and they can measure how many beans they put in.
It's not measuring. We say Andy's out of control. Andy measures like that.
Like in the Cleopatra's like, yes, our coffee is superior because we have this Chemex system, and in the future they're going to use a digital scale, and they're going to heat the water to exact precise degrees of temperature.
Actually, Andy, I'm going to have to take that advice and try getting one of those to see. It's better. It's got to be better.
Yeah. Just experiment with it back and forth, like temperature up a little bit and down.
So basically,
it's crazy the flavor.
When you have an espresso, right, you basically have that milkshake machine in the gas station where you just pull out whatever flavor you want, you put it in, it mixes it for you. but you're not actually getting a milkshake. You're getting a gas station milkshake.
No,
whereas
no.
I'm making a milkshake.
It's like a McFlurry.
Okay, so here, when you compare the pod systems on this is my opinion, right?
Yeah, okay.
But there is no comparison between like Andy and I both have the Nespresso, the Virtuo. They're the larger pod. You can make a full cup of coffee and larger too. You can make like pitchers and stuff like that.
So you have to upgrade that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well, it's the machine.
Carafe, but I can get a full cup.
No, I know, you're wrong, but you can also, like, my machine reads the barcode on the bottom of the little pod.
Whereas it reads a barcode.
No, it makes, look, I could hand you 3 different size cups of coffee and every one of them you'd be like, that's pretty good.
I probably
you're looking for the consistency. I'm not saving any money. I used to grind my own beans and just make a drip coffee, whatever.
I'm not knocking the taste.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm not knocking the taste. I'm knocking the idea and the process of it. Like it's so
it's the fundamentals.
Yeah, it just
this is you saying technology is bad.
No, I'm saying that you don't need a full espresso machine on your counter. Just like,
I have less on my counter than you have in your whole Chemex thing and all together.
Maybe, but I mean,
I mean, you're right, but I don't have to like it.
But I earn it. I earn that taste, that
cup of nectar.
That nectar of the gods. Yeah, it's good that way. It's just so
I
good
think instead of focusing on our differences here, we should focus on our where we align. And the fact is all 3 of us really like good coffee.
Right, true.
And if I'm just looking for ease of operation, I honestly believe that the Nespresso, the Virtuos, like I think you can get good coffee out of that machine for sure.
So Chad, if you really want to like get into the zen of Chemex, go on to Black Rifle's YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a video of Evan Hafer like out on the side of a river somewhere with this like portable table and his Chemex and a jet boil and like making coffee.
Yeah.
And it's he like goes through the whole thing and the science behind it. It's like awesome. Next level.
You gotta send me that link just so I know you have to go look.
I'll find it. I'll find it. It's amazing.
I can't.
We should watch it together. We should watch party.
We could. Yeah, you could call me. We could FaceTime.
Watch party.
Yeah, you two should watch together.
No,
that's so cute. Hey, Chad, did you also get like a cable knit sweater with like elbow patches and stuff? So like a cardigan style, like big, just like 1.5 inch buttons on the front, carved out of like some, like Ipe wood or something like that.
That would probably go well with my pipe, actually. So yeah, it probably would.
Smoking sweater.
Your smoking jacket, sweater thing, and
I've actually thought about the smoking
coffee.
jacket thing. I think that'd be
shacket.
Yeah. There's something about just like, not going so much with automation sometimes where like slow it down. Slow it down. Just a little bit.
That's the thing it is slow as hell. And that's why Andy's over there bought an espresso because he's like, I can't grind these beans by hand anymore because I'm getting carpal tunnel. It's like burned out. I got tennis elbow with my burr grinder.
The grinding the beans by hand thing throws. I didn't know you could do that. To be honest,
don't do it. I have a grinder you can have. Honestly, you want to do it by hand?
I got a brand new one that has settings and it does it.
Yeah. You got to get like a Hario or something like that. That's
I have like a ceramic blade burr grinder. You can have it, Chad. It's the biggest waste of time ever.
Yeah.
No.
I would like to see a video of Andy grinding beans by hand.
I'll send you a picture of my burr grinder.
Yeah.
It's
maybe some ambient
diamond encrusted. He's got diamond grinding
matte
discs
black
in it.
And if he whisper talks while he's going through it, the process.
Oh, this is Chad's kink right now. Hey, make sure when you do this, make sure it's whispering, please.
So to all of our
Andy's
listeners,
ASMR coffee grinding.
Yeah. When you send Chad pictures of your Nespresso, you have to be whispering in the background.
Yeah.
Don't whisper.
Instead of the Mercedes, it's
hey Chad. Nespresso. Nespresso.
Oh my God, I'll lose my shit.
Oh. Okay. I promised in the last episode, Chad, that you were going to tell a little story, and I think it was funny. I know the story. I thought it was funny when you told me. You got to try to keep it PG, but don't hold back on where this was or anything.
Right.
Yeah. You were working in central Minnesota at a big retail lumber chain, kind of home center place. Let's just say it was Menards.
Oh,
right.
We're throwing the job, bro.
We're throwing the job out even.
Oh,
we could edit that out, but we're not gonna.
Yeah, why you beep that out?
So I'll set it up a little bit. It's
Right.
Chad's story, but we were I was talking to Chad. It was the day after Chad's birthday. Correct? Because this happened
it was
on
the day of my birthday, which really doesn't really matter. It was just a day.
I happened to call you, and it was the day that this happened, and it was fresh. And Chad was like,
I was fired up.
He was on 11. It wasn't 10. It was on 11, and he's fired up. He's driving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on? I called him to tell him like, hey, happy birthday, bud. Yeah. And then this story came out, and I'm gonna let you just kind of give us the. You don't have to go every detail, but keep it family
I'll give
friendly.
you the gist of it, like what happened. I was just having a miserable time. Miserable, like, it was colder than crap that day.
It was cold.
That whole week was like just colder. It was
below
bitter.
0 cold.
I have frostbite issues. I was just very angry, and I had to work outdoors, and I was by myself, and I can't get answers because it's a corporate thing. And so you have to go to corporate to get answers. They're not showing up to the job site. No one's there. It's just frustrating as hell.
What is the job site though? What were they doing?
They're adding additions to their lumber yard. Some more lumber.
Outdoor storage.
Yeah.
Covered.
Dry system.
Unheated. Yeah. Unheated covered.
Should have been done by their crews from Texas. Back in during the fall, right? Should have been done. That was the timeline. Now we're stuck protecting it in the middle of winter, in the dead of winter, right? And like, to me, I'm just like, bro, there's plenty of room to stick your lumber elsewhere. Let's do this in the spring, because we also got to deal with some other issues that are just I don't even want to go into that. They have some messed up stuff there. But anywho, I was on the phone with my boss, and I was by my work truck. Well, this guy from the lumberyard walks through the job site, right? Looks at my lift, and he asks whose orange bucket is in that lift. And I was like, oh, it's mine. No big deal, right? He goes, get it out of here. And I laughed because I was like, no way. I'm like, oh, that's funny. He goes, no, I'm serious. Get it out of here. And I'm like, no, I need that because it holds my tools in there, right? First of all, I don't even know. Like, I'm a
5-gallon bucket.
What's that?
It's a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, it's 5-gallon bucket. It holds my tools.
It's orange, and the orange bucket.
You're not even going to see it. It's no big deal. I don't care what color the bucket is. He does. And then
he does. Hold on. He does because it's an orange bucket, which is a Homer bucket. It's a Home Depot product.
Got it.
He's at Menards, and in the Midwest, that's like
it's gang colors at this point.
It's like fire and gasoline, right? Like, okay,
yeah, just gang colors.
Gang colors. Gang color. I love that.
Orange and green.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I was representing the wrong neighborhood in there, and not really caring because to me it was just another bandana. That I didn't keep in my pocket, and then,
you got to pull out the right bandana for the neighborhood.
So like, even my mouth's getting dry talking about this because I still get so fired up when I I don't want you to be upset. This is the second time, like, I've never had blow ups on a job site like before. And this is the second time within a year I've had a blow up on a job site. And usually I'm pretty calm, or I have like my sarcasm gets to it, but for some reason this was just not the day to be doing this to me. So the guy, he says he's very he's just throwing his weight around. Just comes out of lumberyard. I have no clue what the hell this guy's even, why he's even bugging me about it. And basically he starts to get, I laugh, and then you got more serious about the bucket getting the hell out of there. And I told him like, dude, get out of here, And then he's like, no, I want this effing thing out of here. And I go, go F yourself. Like, he hit the gas a little bit, and then I was like, with my boss on the phone, I just slammed the pedal down. Like,
Yeah.
go after yourself.
It's hard. You're cold. You're not wanting to
Yeah.
be there. It's
Right.
tough.
And then this guy in the lumberyard's harassing me about a damn bucket when he shouldn't even be walking through that job site without any PPE on,
Right.
and this,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he
had
didn't
no
have
PPE
anything on. Like,
No.
he's on a construction site. He doesn't have a vest on,
No.
which isn't that an OSHA rule? As soon as your lift was on site, there has to be a vest.
Yeah.
He didn't have a hard hat
Pretty
on.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing to identify him, nothing. Other than he's just a lumberyard guy. So anyways, I'm just like, go have yourself, get the F out of here. And my boss is like, whoa, what's going on? And I'm like,
that's right. Your boss is on the phone.
Yeah, he's on the phone. He's in my earpiece. As I'm
He's
like
talking you off a ledge. Jed's like, we're fighting.
So my frustration comes is like, I feel like in this situation, in the first place, I get upset because I can't do a good job, which I want to do a good job for my bosses, right? And be proud of it, where there's so many things running against me. I just cannot do it. So I get really frustrated. I get really upset, And so like, it's just one of those things. I want to do a good job. I want to do it for my bosses. I like my job, and this is not happening. It's just painful, everything. This guy comes in, he says, I want the F out of here. I said, go F yourself. And then the F-heimers start going. So then he says, oh no, you go F yourself. I'm like, I don't come effing here looking for you to F with your job and make your effing day horrible. Get the F out of here. And he's like, I want that effing thing out of here right now. You get the F out of here. And then I'm like, F you.
Are there customers around at this point?
What?
Are there customers around hearing this?
No customers. This is like dead winter. Like it's like early morning. Like there's no customers around at all. It's just me, him, and then some
and a orange
Southern United States workers in that area.
Southern United States workers.
That may have a strong accent or not. So anyway, so they're watching me. I'm just like, I'm getting upset. I'm right by my truck. I got, and basically he goes, what's your name? What's your name? I go, it's effing Chad. It's effing Chad.
Ezekiel, what's your name?
Oh my God. I'm like, my blood is boiling at this point. Like, why is this guy? I'm on the phone, and all I can hear my boss in the very back. He's just a tiny, tiny voice, like a little angel in the back going, Chad, calm down, Chad. What's going on? But I cannot respond. I can't respond to him.
We're getting sued. We're
getting
sued.
You're working like 150 miles from your shop, by the way.
Yeah.
At least. That's not even that's a fact.
Yeah. So anyways, so like, so the guy, so now we're in like the road where the cars come, to go to the lumber park, to their stations and there. So we're kind of in the middle there, and I'm kind of like following this guy as he's yelling at me.
Oh wait, you're following him? You get the F out of here.
Yeah. I'm like, shut the F up, blah, blah, and
you're like, you're about to hacksaw Jim Duggan with a 2x4.
They got her one. No. Well, and like, I am just like, why is this guy, like, I was mad because like, why did this guy choose today? Just a bucket of all things. Like, he made it petty. I made it pettier. I get it. But at the same time, like, why? Like, why? Like, dude, you don't know what I'm going through right now. And you just have to like make this argument. So then I'm just telling him like, get the hell out of here. Get out of my face. F you. And he's like, he's on the phone or something. He's like typing something up or whatever. And he's by the door, by the building itself, the main building. And he tells me to, I guess I was coming up at him a little bit too fast. Cause he goes, get the F away from me, motherfucker. And I go, I'm like, it's so bad. So basically at the end of this whole thing, I go, yeah, you go in there. I'm like, what did I say? Something to the point. Basically I ended it. Like I called him. I'm like, you're effing corporate cuck.
Oh. No.
And then my boss like,
didn't he kick you off the job during
yeah,
this,
pretty
like,
much,
at the
yeah.
end?
And then my boss is like, get the hell out of there. Just like pick up, get out of there. And so I like, I got all this like adrenaline in my body right now, right?
Yeah.
So I got 2 pieces of 10-foot 6-inch pipe on top of my truck that I need to leave there also, and it's frozen together on the top.
Oh.
I was so angry. I pulled both. I was like, out of 2 toes, I'm pulling both of them off, and they come both together frozen. And it's like
they hit the
I opened
concrete.
them
Like,
over and I just threw them down onto where the other pipe was, and I'm like,
oh,
this place, and I just like, F Menards, and then
too
leave that part out. So then,
Did you leave your Home Depot bucket there for him?
no, that's with me forever now. Like
Oh,
that's
no, that would
like,
have
I'm
been
orange. I am orange team all the way. Like
that would have been
I'm
pretty
never
funny.
going
though.
there ever again.
You're wrong. You're going. You can't. You live in Minnesota. You can't even have.
I'll
It's
send the
like in
wife
your
or the kids.
DNA. You're shopping. At
I'll
Menards.
take a picture of what I need. I'll send the wife or kids. I won't go in there anymore.
You should have just like freaking zip screwed that Home Depot bucket to the outside of the man lift or something.
You should have went up at the lift and hung it from the freaking trusses.
So as I'm getting in my truck, right, the corporate guy calls me, right? The guy who's the corporate, I don't know, he's like the supervisor or whatever. He calls
Project
me, goes,
manager.
what's going
Project
on? And so
manager,
I'm trying to calm down. He goes, hey, what's going on? Is something going on over there? And I'm like, yeah. Like this guy, I go through the story a little bit. I said, I understand you're gonna back him up, which he did. He's like, well, he's like, they kind of take that stuff kind of serious, And then he says to me, he goes, I don't know any dude, like any of you guys would say this. He goes, well, have you read our corporate policies on these sort of things? Have you read our standards and corporate policies? And I go, what? Like, no, I don't work for you. I'm doing my job. I'm not your employee. I'm not reading your corporate policies. I've never read anybody's corporate policies before I go do a job in their place. Like, no, stay out of my way. Let me do my thing. And then like, when it's done, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Then you can have your building.
Yeah, right. And like, I was just like, this is unreal. So I'm like, you know what, man? I'm sorry that you had to call and deal with this today. I didn't want this to happen. It's just a bad day, like it's just one of those things. I'm like, but he was like still standing up for this guy. And I go, I don't even know who the guy is. I said to him, he goes, well, what's his name? I said, I think I saw Joe on a name tag. He goes, well, that's the store manager. And I was like, of course it is. Of course it would be the store manager. Why?
The
Why
store manager acted like that? That's pretty wild.
The store manager. And I was like, and then like, okay, I'm like, where is the decorum to start this whole thing? I'm like, dude, if he would have just said, hey, we don't like having that bucket on this site. How about I trade it out for one of our green buckets? And I would be like, yeah, that orange bucket's ugly as hell. Let's stomp it and burn it. Like, I love this green bucket, But no,
I believe you when you say it like that, because that sounds exactly like what you would do. We're like, yeah, dude, give me a green one.
Like, let's have a stomp party. Let's do this. I love my new green bucket. Like, I was telling him, like, if he would have just came up to me, even on my worst day, he would have just made me laugh or something like, dude, that is an ugly orange bucket. And like, let me just trade that out with a green bucket. I would have probably stopped me in my moment. I would have been that is an ugly orange bucket.
Right.
But now that is the most beautiful orange bucket I have ever owned. Like, it will go with me into retirement. Like this little ladder I have from another coop that tried to screw me over like years ago. Like I am petty. I I hold grudges. I will find you. I will make sure you will pay. And this guy, like, he just like I zipped out of there. The lady usually stops you at the gate, to check to make sure, like, I'm gonna steal their shitty lumber. First of all, if I'm gonna build something, I want it to be straight. I don't want it to be crooked. So I'm not stealing it. I'm not gonna put that on anybody. But she lifts that gate right up, and I just salute her as I leave. She's
probably listening to all of this on the radio.
She's probably like, we're not stopping this guy today.
No.
Joe.
And let me tell you, I don't remember the last time I've been in a fight, right? So as I get out there, I stop at the rest stop, in town, and like my boss calls me. He's like, "Are you all right?" We're just talking. I'm like, "Dude, I'm just having this day. I'm just having this day." And that adrenaline just like was in your body, you have nowhere to put it, and all of a sudden the tears start coming. Because you're so PO'd,
You're
you know.
crashing.
I'm like, I can't help it, man. He's like, are you crying? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm like, I'm so mad right now. I'm just like, and I got nothing to do with it, you know. And
It's
then,
like, well, make it better. He'd be like, if I had an espresso right now, it'd make me feel so much better.
absolutely not. That would make me even more pissed. I would burn
How
the
about
whole
you stop
town
in and get
down.
an espresso, Chad?
I would have burned the whole town down. No, it would not. No. Well, yeah. So then obviously, like I came down from it. My whole body ached.
Yeah.
I had a huge headache. I felt like my neck, like someone was just like cranking on it. My shoulders, everything hurt, you know. So like if you're gonna get mad on a job site like this, don't. It's not worth the pain afterwards.
No.
So like everything hurts. But fortunately I had another job to go to that day. And that was fine. I had a great time at that other job. It was fantastic, right? And my bosses are amazing for putting up with me. You know, but I never really blow up. This is the only second time in my whole career I've actually had a blow up, and it's been within months, right? So like I'm thinking to myself, like, 1, 2, 3, what's wrong with me? You know, but like
it happens.
like it, I guess, but I think I'm just getting to being a bitter fitter. Like at that age, you know, I just turned 49 now. So now I'm just a grumpy old bitter fitter, you know? So yeah. So that was a story. It just stayed with me the whole time, you know, and this is the second time that my boss has been on the phone when I had that blow up also, because he was on the phone with me on the first one I had back in August or September with this other job site with this guy.
You got to tell your boss, quit calling me.
I do
every time I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah.
I do tell him every time he calls me, like, stop calling me. I will tell you. Like, I got this. Like, what he appreciates that I can take care of myself, you know? But at the same time, like, you know, he's just trying to put out fires and we're working. And my end was like sparkling everywhere.
We're not getting paid for this one.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay, so I know Chad. I know you, I'd say pretty well.
Yeah.
I hate to put you on this. No, I don't hate to put you on the spot,
No,
but I feel like what came next or what may be in the works is that you're going to pop your head into that store one day. You're going to look for that dude and you're going to try to apologize to him.
Oh, you bastard. Yeah, I do kind of feel bad.
Yeah, I knew it. I'm the same way. I couldn't live with the idea that like I would guilt myself into like that. I would have a knot in my stomach until I was like, try to just at least tell the dude like, dude, I'm sorry I acted that way.
Yeah.
It's out of character, right? That's not who I am. I'm not that type. Like to get me to that point, that was my breaking point. Yeah. And like, it was just one of those days. And he just decided he wanted to walk through the job site, pick on a bucket, decided he didn't want to use, he must have been having a morning too or something, which I can get, but he decided he wanted to open his mouth about it instead of just saying later on or calling the supervisor from the job site, say, hey, can you ask that guy to get, you know, change out the buckets or something like that.
Or like you say, it's not like they don't have an abundance of green 5-gallon buckets. You know, if he'd have walked out with a stack of them and been like, hey guys,
dude, I would have
here's what we're using for buckets.
I would have been on his green team like in a heartbeat.
Okay, hold on, guys. I want to stop it here. It's a great conversation. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna tell everybody thanks for listening and watching and everything like that. You hear me say it each time. Chad, thanks for joining us. Yeah. I'm wrapping it up though because I want you to stay tuned for the next episode when we have the Menards store manager on to tell his side of the story.
Which would be super interesting. Oh, if you can do that.
Oh my God.
You're a horrible person.
Horrible person.
Well, or I mean, will we have him on or not? We just have to wait and see next week.
I don't think you will. If you do, I want to be in the room with him.
No, that is I feel the highs and lows with you in your story. Like I get it because I've told story like a few years ago on this podcast. I told the story about the trim carpenter throwing all of our plumbing fixtures and everything on this like $1 million house, and then he's chasing my apprentice around with a hammer, saying he you know f's little boy is bigger than him, or I don't remember what he
Oh,
said, but it was really weird. And it was like, you what?
I hope I didn't say anything like corny like that one during that whole argument, because I don't know everything I said. I can't remember everything, but to that point, I do remember the certain things I did say.
I do want to wrap it up, but I want to ask you real quick.
Yeah.
If you're like me, I imagine this happened to you. Like in the days after showering or whatever, you came up with like the perfect things to say to that
Like the
dude,
perfect
didn't you?
Oh yeah. I think it was. I don't even think it was a day after. It was
Like
the
on the
drive
ride
to the
home?
next job. I was like, oh,
I should have said that.
You're like, I should have said. You're like so
I was
mad
like,
at
I
yourself.
need to turn around and another thing.
I'm going back. P.S.
By the
I will
way,
do that in the shower. I'll get like physically worked up.
Why are there holes in the tile?
Yeah. Ooh, Heather would be like, "Were you talking to somebody?"
Yeah, I was talking
sort
to
of.
the a-hole that talked about my bucket.
Yeah.
Are you arguing with yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
that
need
bucket though.
You need to see somebody. Oh, all right, man.
It is. I
Thanks
mean,
for
as
joining
funny
us.
as it is, like it's funny now, right? But like it is kind of embarrassing though too. But I also have to take responsibility for my end of it, like and yeah, I was unhinged at that point, but I was reacting, and I shouldn't have been reacting to it. I should have been more mindful of what I did. But
Right.
I don't recommend it. It's the aftermath was very painful for a day or two just from the adrenaline and not, getting it out. So I should have just punched him. Is what I did.
Oh yeah, that would have been helpful.
Just punched him. Oh my
No.
god.
Yeah.
No. It is what it is. It's a good story, but it's not something I'm really like, you don't want to be, I don't want to brag about it, but it's just a funny story because like the way it just escalated was just out of control. And to have your boss on the phone with you, like, what the hell is happening right now? There's a complete meltdown going on,
The CCV or TV, closed circuit camera video shows that the guy walked out and said, "Excuse me, kind sir, would you like a green bucket?" Chad.
Yeah, I give his whole account, and it's the guy completely innocent. And he's just walking by, and I'm just F you.
The guy's running.
You corporate suck.
Scared.
And the guy's like, what?
Next thing
I
you
was
know,
asking you if you wanted a cup of coffee.
yeah. Next thing you know, all the
it's
store
just an
managers
espresso.
and lumberyard personnel at Menards
Yeah.
have to wear body cameras and stuff.
Right? Yeah, just because of me. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going by there. And I feel bad because there's another guy that had to go up there after me. He's a great dude. And Matt, I'm sorry. I didn't want to do that to you. So, but he's handling it and he's doing a great job of doing it. So
Thank you for sharing, Chad. I'm cutting us off right now. Guys,
See you
thanks for
guys.
listening. Thanks for watching. Hit us up in the text message. Send us your feedback on this episode or anything else. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, Happy New Year. Have a
Happy
good one.
New Year.
See ya.